What's going on, people? I hope you guys can hear me clearly. We are reading Vinland Saga today. Hype. I'm excited. I'm excited as per usual. I'm gonna say this again because I just have to reiterate. I have already seen the Vinland Saga anime, so this is not an initial reaction. I know what's gonna happen for a lot of the things that I'm reading. So it's not an initial reaction, so I can expect certain things coming, and I will be discussing the things that I already know. So if you're reading Vinland Saga for the first time, make sure you don't read alongside me because you will then be spoiled. But yeah, other than that, I think it's time to just get into it, man. There's no need to talk too much. I just want to read Vinland Saga chapter 20. The last read through was lit, but yeah. Okay, let me go back to the previous chapter. Hold up. Okay, yeah. So the last chapter ended with Thorfinn after his battle against Thorkel, when he finally got back to ASKELADD, and he basically said, "Fucking madmen, every last one of you. What is so fun about war?" And I love this. I love this moment because it shows that even though he's blinded by revenge, and that's all that's really on his mind and all that drives him, it still shows that he still has that level of pacifism and hate for war and bloodshed. He doesn't like it, but in order to kill ASKELADD, he's gonna do it. He's willing to do it for his drive. So I definitely do like that. Give me a second. I'm gonna put the chapter number on the screen real quick. Sorry for not being as prepared today. Chapter 20. Sorry about this, lads. There we go. Alright. Vinland Saga. Let's read. Chapter 20. That was actually close. That was actually pretty close. Alright. Okay. My mother is here and my sister. Ari and the boys are slacking off on shepherding duty. You'd think that they would learn after the last time they lost the sheep. Oh yeah? It's dinner time. I have to call father. Young Thorfinn running towards his dad. We're having meat tonight to celebrate Yule. Ah, it's nearly Yule, is it? It's still so warm I had forgotten. This is a good place to live. Plenty of grazing land. Moving here was the right choice. So this was not adapted into the anime, because I don't remember this. Ylva says it's a pain because we can't get any slaves here, but we've never had slaves before. That sounds like our Ylva. I like it here, and mother's been feeling much better since we came. Thorfinn, what? You are my son. You have to protect your mother and sister. Understand? Yep. They're both waiting for you to come home. It's a wonderful thing to have someone waiting for you. Do you understand? Yes. What I mean is, give up on this revenge nonsense. Do you really think it would make me happy? Killing, fires, bloodshed. The village. Father were under attack. Mother. Ylva. So this is a dream he's having. Thor's is riddled with arrows. Father. So it's a nightmare he had. This might have been in the anime. It might have been in the anime. It was good. Send in the chat. I'm good, brother. I'm actually having a great day. How are you? That wasn't home. That wasn't Iceland. It was warm, full of rippling plains as far as the eye could see. Why are English women all so screechy? Really, did no one teach you any manners? Goddamn, so are they raping a woman? Goddamn. Someone stuff her mouth. No way she'd bite my cock in half. I actually don't think this was adapted into the anime. At least I don't remember it. Alright, quiet down now. Oh, so that's where you went, Thorfinn. Why not join in for once? After we're done, of course. For some reason, the stream doesn't show up in my sub box, so I had to go to Twitter to get here. This is my second channel, but I don't know. It's weird. I actually want to stream on my first channel. I'm not gonna lie, but I've already started on this channel, so I'm gonna finish Vinland Saga on this channel, and I'm gonna start Tokyo Ghoul on the main channel. I don't know, or I might just keep all the read-throughs to this channel, like just the read-through streams, and then do like actual videos about the series on the other channel. So if I ever want to make a Vinland video in the future, I'll do it on the main channel, like a chapter review or something, like an actual video. But the read-throughs, I might just keep them to this channel. I don't know, it's confusing, but we'll see. Man, this is brutal, bro. She's like begging for help, bruv. He's always looking down on us. Forget him. He's still a boy. Get on with it. Danelaw, England, London, Winchester, Bath. 90 miles west of London, farming village near Bath, November 1013. Sometimes I just don't understand the boss. What's ASKELADD thinking? It will be winter soon. The main force is long gone, north to the Dane War. We're the only ones still scratching our asses here in this dump. Plus, we ain't pulled in shit this year. Maybe he wants to squeeze as much money out of this place as he can before we can leave. Then why aren't we plundering a bigger town? Isn't Bristol just down the river? Don't be a fool. We've barely 100 men. Good idea could be to finish this arc here and then start farmland on the main, since it will all be new to you. I might do that. Because the main, I'll get a lot more views, and it would feel like I'm actually streaming for somebody and not just talking to myself in the camera. I might do that. Yeah, I'm probably going to do that. That's a good idea. Don't be a fool. We've barely 100 men. Fool? Did I hear you call me a fool just now? Did you hear that? At least your ears work. We'll round out the season with 2 or 3 more villages and call it quits. There's always next year. Think there'll be a next year? We've been bleeding England dry for a decade now. This year was the fiercest yet. And now they say the English kings abandoned the throne. If that's true, Denmark has won. The war will be over. You sure you're not being a bit hasty? Thorkel the traitor is still stockaded in London. You saw his strength. The man's inhuman. Thorkel? Sure, he's strong, but he's Nordic, one of us. He can turn on England at any time. Not again. So they're having a duel. Stop that there. What's the story behind this? Ake called Tore a fool. Tore took offense, but Ake didn't apologize and insulted him further. What did he say? Cow thief. Oh boy. No walking back that one. What kind of insult is that? Cow thief. No point stopping them. If one of them dies, just make sure to report it to ASKELADD. Sure. Oh, I love this moment. Oof, this is an amazing spread. This is an amazing spread. It's a fertile land, like the one I saw in my dream. Not at all like Iceland. The snow is probably piling up there about now. You remember his dad in his dream? You're up early, Thorfinn. Not even sunrise yet. Too noisy down there to sleep? Forgive him, boy. All this marching around has them on edge. Sometimes you've got to let them blow off a little steam. Don't talk to me like that. I think you people have been getting the wrong idea lately. I'm not one of you. This panel is fire. Thorfinn looks sick in this panel. Shit. I need to show you guys this. Where does this go? Downloads. Look at this panel, guys. Thorfinn looks insane in this panel. God damn. The day is coming when I slit your throat. Scary. The little dumpling's old enough to give me the stink eye. You're young. Time is on your side. You'll grow up and I'll grow old someday. You'll likely beat me. It's only natural. Even the strongest man must die. Look around you, Thorfinn. These stones were not carved by the Saxons who live in England now. It was the people who came before them. They were a mighty folk, but the Saxons wiped them out 5 centuries ago. They were the Romans, and this was known as Britannia. ASKELADD's such a fucking god. They left that lying on the ground. They had an advanced civilization, much more advanced than any today. You're going in circles. What's your point? What an impatient lad. You should listen to your elders. Look, my point is the world of man is slowly but surely growing old. The Saxons wiped out the Romans, and we are here to put an end to the Saxons. The glory of the Roman Empire is a relic of the distant past. If you'll believe what the Christians say, the final judgment is coming in just 20 years. When that day comes, God will kill all the humans and the world we know will cease to be. The final battle. Ragnarok. Look, Thorfinn, isn't it absurd? The sun rises on the twilight of man. This is a very interesting dialogue. Tells you a lot about ASKELADD, because he basically, because this Roman, as we learn later on in the season, can't stay here for long, but just came to say, hey, have a good day, G. I appreciate you, hey, you too, man. But yeah, man, goddamn, ASKELADD, as we know, you know, his roots take him back to Old Britannia. He's a descendant of Artorius, so he's speaking about things that sort of affect him in a way. A rider, just one? An English soldier. Nah, that's one of ours. Strange, we're supposed to be the only troops in this area. Oi, stop and speak. We are ASKELADD's band under command of King Svein. From where do you come? Aha, you're with the main force? I'm with Ragnar's band, under Prince Canute. I'm delivering a report to the main force. Is it nearby? I'm afraid they're long gone to the north. We are preparing to return as well. Then why are you here? You know, scraping together a few coppers from the village over the hill. You left the force without permission? I won't be surprised if you're severely punished for that kind of willfulness. Come on, don't be a hard ass. Look, your horse is wounded. Want a fresh one? What? Thorkel's chasing after the main force? Yes, and closing fast. He's got 500 men he took with him from London. He's following the footsteps of the main force. He'll be reaching Marlborough soon, I reckon. Ain't Marlborough just down the road a bit? He's gonna take on the main force with 500 men? Is Thorkel mad or just stupid? What of the siege of London? Prince Canute had 4,000 men. We met a cruel fate. The siege is long shattered. I stand before you one of the few survivors. They struck out from the city, Thorkel in the lead. His men were strong as giant bears. They ran through us on the way to the army. Then what? What about His Highness? Held prisoner. He's with Thorkel now. The survivors of our force seek to regroup at Marlborough and take His Highness back. But we have fewer than 400 remaining and morale is low. I seek the main force to request reinforcements. You must join us. Even 100 more men will be welcome. It's your call, ASKELADD. What do we do? This moment is so goated. I'll be damned. No use waiting to fade into the sunset, I suppose, huh? Don't you hear it, Bjorn? The sound of Ragnarok's footsteps drawing near. Oh! Slice his head clean off. Slice. Even Thorfinn was shocked about that. Bury him and his horse. You kill. Listen up, every one of you. As of this moment, we're heading to rescue His Highness Prince Canute. We face Thorkel and his 500, but we will seek the help of no other men. This is where we make our gamble. Prince Canute is the heir to the Danish throne, the first in line to the monarchy. Can you imagine what we would get? The conqueror of both Denmark and England will pay a dear price for the boy, and no other son of a bitch will beat us to him. Let's do it. He's ours for the taking. Why'd you go and fire them up like that? Do you have a plan? We'll see. Don't you have any? This is the twilight of the world, Bjorn. Might as well raise some hell. What a chapter. What a chapter. That was a fucking amazing chapter. Look at this shit. This is the twilight of the world, Bjorn. Might as well raise some hell. Pumping their fists. Ah! Let's go. Next chapter. Chapter 21. Valhalla. Ooh, Prince Canute on the cover page. I want to stream One Piece on the main channel in like an hour, so we're gonna go. I'm probably gonna read 10 chapters of Vinland. I'm in the mood to talk about some One Piece. Anyways, Thorkel just chilling. I love a good fall. Everything tastes good in the fall, especially the fish. Cod, trout, salmon, herring, and the pigs and sheep are fattened and ready for eating. Precisely. A good salted sausage with a nice dark beer to wash it down. I wasn't a fan at first, but I'm slowly coming round to English beer. I'll drink to that. Give me a swig. I'll like a good cheese with my beer. Bro, this is a reread. I thought you'd just read Farmland, but this is even better. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, man. Sen actually gave me a cool idea. I am going to read Prologue on this channel so I can, like, you know, refresh in my mind and remember everything, because this was, like, one of the greatest anime experiences I've ever had. And ASKELADD is my favorite antagonist of all time, just off the anime. So I want to appreciate in the manga and see, like, if I love him just as much. And maybe if I even come to love him even more. I'm going to do Farmland on the main channel, because that's going to be an initial reaction. I like a good cheese in my beer. The stuff we pillaged from Cheddar was mighty fine. Food? I'll take the woman. I prefer the woman here. They've got proper class, unlike you. I know what you mean though. That sense of shame, such a turn on. You suppose it's because they're Christians? Thou shalt not commit adultery. She's grinning while she says that. Good lord. It's that morality thing. Maybe I should convert. Lots of men doing that these days. All the temples to the old gods back home have turned into churches. Well, I won't make the switch. Christian, it's too pushy. Don't do this, don't do that. Besides, I saw a wooden statue of that Jesus fellow in the London chapel. He looked a right pansy. Ain't that the truth? Nothing but skin and bones. One swing from Thor's hammer would pound him flat. What good is he in battle? Now I heard you were a wizard, walking on water, making bread out of thin air. Awful boring magic if you ask me. I mean, the gods of Asgard all have flying horses. Exactly. I like Odin and Thor, they're much better. Now, let's not be too hasty, boys. We ought to take the opinion of an actual Christian into account. Oi there, Prince! Who do you think's mightier, Jesus or the gods of Asgard? I remember Canute, before we got the face reveal, I thought he was going to be raw as fuck. What's this? Something wrong, buddy? Too shy to speak in front of the group? Hold your disloyal tongue, Thorkel, you wicked dog. Do you have any idea what you're doing? How dare you subject his highness to such indignity? Oh, don't be like that. I mean, sure, hostage taking's not really my style, but what else can I do? King Svein keeps ignoring me. I love Thorkel, he's so entertaining. Yo, Fiji, when's the next Kingdom chapter though? It's coming out on the 8th of August, I think. Somewhere around that. So we were on a 3-week break from last chapter. So my only choice is to seize you and maybe I'll finally catch his attention. Don't you see how lonely I am? Are you a leader of men or a dreaming maiden? My heart has been dashed to pieces by cold, unfeeling King Svein. Biggest wench I ever saw. He was chasing my tail every single day, but then he suddenly turned a cold shoulder. I mean, a girl can't help but feel slighted, right? At some point, he became all I could think about, and the next thing I knew, I simply had to have him. Oh, that Svein. He's a regular romantic. We've all fallen head over heels for him. We can't get enough of the leader of the greatest warriors in the North Sea. You're all madmen. Battle-crazed, every last one of you. You will all die. Why do 500 thumb their noses at an army of 16,000? But you see, Ragnar, that's hardly the problem. You've been converted for so long, maybe you've forgotten the pride and longing of us Norman warriors. Valhalla. Exactly. The Valkyries, agents of the gods, ever seek the souls of great warriors, heroes worthy of being called Einherjar. Only those who live true in battle and die true in battle will be allowed to cross Bifrost and dwell within Valhalla in Asgard. How did you fight and how did you die? That is what matters. The stronger the foe, the better. The Vikings were great, man. Not as in like from an individual level, because you know they would do some fucked up shit, but I mean as in just the Viking period and learning about them. It's a very interesting, like, you know, I want to say race, but ethnicity, I guess you call it, like a very interesting people in history. And I feel like this is an accurate representation of them based off of what I've read about Vikings and what I know from like history back in school and whatnot. ASKELADD is a Viking through and through, like you can see it in him. He's probably the most Viking in this series. You know what I'm saying? It's yeah, not ASKELADD, Thorkel. He's probably the most Viking in the series. You're an old-fashioned man. I suppose it is because you have spent your life going from battle to battle. I pity you. You're a child, Thorkel. You know nothing. Nothing of the royal court. Nor of King Svein, nor His Highness Prince Canute. That sounded rather ominous. What's it supposed to... I can see him. Father above. God in heaven. Is that you? Oh, drat, his drink has run dry. Father Willibald, calm yourself. Your child, your eternal servant stands faithfully here. Someone get him a drink. The stronger the better. Please, please, show me the answer to my delusions. Show me your love. He finally got to drink and now he's chilling. Thorkel is just wheezing. I tell ya, it kills me every time. Never saw a priest drown in booze like him. Seems being a Christian is hard to deal with. What'd you say, Friar? Who's greater, your Jesus or our gods? Whoever created liquor. I'll drink to that. Alcohol is salvation. Well said, monk. Oof. Thorkel, freezing, grinning, reacting to something. What is it? Why are we stopping? Boss, I'd say somewhere around there. God damn. He hit him straight in the neck. Holy shit. There, I knew it. We've got an ambush on the left side slope. Shit. Thorkel, we have you surrounded. We are 2,000 strong, serving Ragnar and Prince Canute. 2,000? Any number they tell you will be a lie. Hoi, way ahead of you. My men, we are offering you rebels a final mercy. Release His Highness and Ragnar at once, and we will grant you your lives. Thorkel, think very, very hard about your position. You have no choice in the matter. Huh? Your Highness, Master Ragnar. That's more like it. I'm glad you've regained your senses. Well done, men of Ragnar. You served admirably. There's your precious Prince Canute safe and sound. So what are you waiting for? Come give us your worst. No, don't even think about it. We must leave. I remember what happened here. I remember what Thorkel does here. He plays them so disgustingly. Don't even think about it. We must leave. But as a warrior, I find no reason to retreat. They've released their hostages, stood their ground, and do not yield to us. If we pull back and refuse to fight, we will be no better than cowards. We do have a reason to retreat. We must place the safety of His Highness first. Our only true victory is in keeping the prince alive. What's the matter, boys? Surely an army of 2,000 wouldn't be afraid, would it? Or is there a different story here? Were you hoping to save that we couldn't fight because of the hostages excuse for when you inevitably lost the battle? You swine. I've heard enough. Cease! Heed my orders, men. Pay no mind to those lunatics' provocations. Do your worst. We'll send you all to Valhalla. I'd love to see you try. God damn, this art is amazing. Paul said, I forgot how much of a pussy Canute was. His progression was surprising. It was very satisfying too. Hey man, look at the art, bro. Oh man. Yukimura is amazing. Thorkel looks sick. Charging into each other. Alright, let me change the song. They're fighting now, ASKELADD. Yeah, I hear them. Wind is right. Here we go, boys. Set up according to plan. Ooh, Thorkel is slicing through these guys. He's pulling a Håkon right now. Just taking off multiple heads with ease. God damn, he is a monster. Pull back, you fools. Protect his highness. You bloody idiots. It's London all over again. Pull back. There's still time to retreat. Ah, Lord. He's squeezing his eyeballs out of his head. Psh, this is supposed to be 2,000? More like 400 at best. We could clean that lot up in half a minute. Fucking hell. What is it, boss? Do you smell something? Besides the blood? You know, I do. Huh? What is it? It's not entrails? All I smell is blood. No, I know that smell. A charcoal hut. Upwind. Charcoal. A massive fire. Oh, I'm excited. Okay, next chapter 21.5. Interesting. Chapter 21.5. I'll read it happily. I'm reading this on readvinlandsaga.com, by the way. Okay, chapter 21.5. He was admirable to the end. Thor sacrificed himself for our lives, and yet we somehow lost Thorfinn as well. Helga, Ylva, forgive us. I have no words that can replace them. Well, if they're dead, then that's the end of it. Crying about it gets you nothing but an empty stomach. They gave her a full page of that. Bonus story, Ylva at work. I never saw him living to old age. Father was much too trusting for that. I mean, just before he left, he sold 8 sheep for a slave who died that very night. It nearly beggared us. When a man's eccentric, his family suffers. And your poor brother's missing too. This must be terrible for you. It's worse on mother. She couldn't stay on her feet after the funeral. Helga never was the hardiest. Gotta get going. Aye, wait, Ylva, that's much too heavy for you. You should split the water hauling into smaller trips. I'm just saving time. You have no idea how busy I am. I'm the only one who can do the heavy lifting now. Losing father meant more work for me. That's her father's blood. Well, at least she's keeping busy. Don't tell me she's gonna do hella work and then just break down into tears by the end of it. So busy, so busy. Mother, how do you feel? I'm good. My strength is coming back. I'm sorry to burden you with all the work, Ylva. I'm fine. Don't get up. It's a bit cold in here. I'll stoke the fire for you. I swear, the chill this year. The creek was freezing over this morning. Oh, damn. I forgot to feed the sheep. Just leave the dishes when you're done. I'm so busy. I know, I'm sorry. So busy, so busy. Milking the cows. Oh, that's right, we're nearly out of beans. I have to ask Ari's family for some more. And I'll need help shearing the sheep come the spring. It's far too much for mother and me to handle ourselves. This labor shortage is a crisis. What can I do? Take a husband? Grab your harpoons and get to the water. Hurry. Mother, a whale. There's a whale in the bay. Where's father's harpoon in the storeroom? And I told you not to get up. I'll wash the dishes for you. Harpoon? What do you do with that? Spirit. You're just a girl. That girl's a force of nature. That's the blood of Thor's. And to think she just lost her father and brother. She's such a plucky girl. I wish there were more strong characters in Vinland. I feel like the author could have dragged the story a bit. I'll see. Right now I feel like it's got a pretty solid cast. I don't mind it so far. I think he's doing a great job so far. But this is just prologue, right? So it is very top heavy. I mean, ASKELADD, Thorfinn, those are like the main characters. Actually, I wouldn't say it is, actually, because now that I think about it, ASKELADD, Thorfinn, Taurus, Thorkel, Canute, they were all really, really good characters. Really good from the prologue. The whale we had for dinner was great. Fresh whale was just better. And I got one of the best cuts for striking the first harpoon. I've always wanted to go whale hunting. It was just as fun as I imagined it would be. Old man Snoggy complained, "This is no job for women. Stay in the kitchen." But he was just angry I beat him to it. Ylva, thank you. Let's go to bed now. Oh, you go ahead. I need to finish this up. But it's getting too dark to see. You'll miss the weave. Ylva, it's alright. Get some rest. But I'm always done. I'm fine. I'm not tired. This is a fucking amazing chapter. This bonus story. That hit, man. God damn. I actually have goosebumps right now. That was a really good chapter. It built up to this perfectly. Fucking hell, man. I just felt a sensation run through my entire body. I just got chills. Next chapter, chapter 22. No dawdling now. Fiji, so far, who do you prefer, Musashi or Thorfinn? They seem very similar characters, but I do appreciate Thorfinn a bit more due to him having no teachers and having to learn by himself. Just off of prologue, this is where I am in Vagabond. Musashi is clear. Like, it's not even close. But I am in Yagyu in Vagabond, and I've only seen the prologue for Vinland, and the prologue for Vinland is... It's a lot more... ASKELADD centric. ASKELADD is basically the main character. He may be the antagonist, but he's like a main character. It's weird. It's weird. Ready here. Light it up. The Troll's Son, chapter 22. Aye! I like that title. Wow, that's a great spread. Amazing spread. This is bad. Can't see a bloody thing. Captain, where are you? Right over here. It's no use. A sea of fire in 3 directions. Can't tell friend from foe in the smoke. No way to have a battle now. Downwind's still safe. Let's take off. We won't get to Valhalla dying in a wildfire. Wildfire? This fire was set. But it wasn't their idea. Why would they burn both sides to a crisp when they just want to rescue the prince? Which means there's a third force nearby. Look at that baby burn. It's been forever since we had a good rain. Oh, look at him, poor sap. Nice and crispy. Nasty stuff. So many ways to die, and I'd take nearly all of them over fire. No argument here. It's painful and dull. It'd be mighty convenient if this happened to wipe out Thorkel. Fire won't kill the monster. It'll call his men, though. We don't need to kill Thorkel. Just get the prince. The only goal of this ruse was to confuse them in the flames and smoke. Thorfinn. Right. Pour the water on him. I remember this. This is goated. You spotted Prince Canute earlier, right? He's in the feathered helm and red cape. Don't get the wrong man. Now go. Oi, ASKELADD. What if Thorfinn can't pull the prince out of the smoke and flames? Shouldn't we have just joined with Ragnar's 400? Without 100, that would have made 500, just like Thorkel's company. We can't beat Thorkel with equal numbers. And even if we did, Ragnar's is a royal battalion. They'll have offers of a higher station than ours in control, and 4 of them for every one of us. They'll maintain command and take all of the glory. I won't fight a man like Thorkel for free. Either way, it's a gamble on our part. If our plan ends up burning Prince Canute alive, we can play dumb. Who could prove we had any hand in this? But really, do you think Thorfinn can sneak the prince away? For everything you say, you do seem to trust the boy. I'll lay off. He's a moron with no fear, which is useful. That's all. So Ragnar coughing in the smoke. I can barely keep my eyes open. This cannot be Thorkel's doing. We must get downwind. Forget Thorkel. We need to escape this blaze. Hurry, your highness. My lord Ragnar, you fool. Who charges through smoke without ascertaining friend or foe? You're a disgrace to my company. What if you had run his highness through, you great idiot? I'm so sorry. Your highness, Lord Ragnar, where are you? There, see? There's a soldier with good judgment. Oi, his highness is over here. We're friendly, can you hear me? Just make sure you don't attack before you see us. If you hit his... Found you, Canute. Good for us. We found a prince. He's over here. Hurry, the fire's moving round. Damn, Thorkel's dogs. What a disaster. I've been the fool. Don't kill him. I know that. He's a precious hostage. Ah! Thorfinn comes swooping in on his horse. That was close. A horse? Huh? I love it. I love it when he does that with the dual blades. What? Where'd this boy come from? Don't look at me like that, kid. What you planning to do with those knives, eh? Can we kill him? Why not? He don't look important. He won't be worth nothing as a hostage. That's settled. You die now, boy. Dodge. What? Huh? Oh my god. He absolutely destroyed him. Oof. The way the shadow was drawn in his coat as well is literally perfect. That is a great page. Why do all of their swords have the little arrows on them? I wonder. Thorfinn just slicing through them. You're Prince Canute. I'm here to save you. I'll show you where to go. Wait there. Just fire all around him. Here to save us? Nonsense. There are no forces here to save his highness. On the other hand, why does the poor prince never have a better choice? Thorfinn! Oh, you're Thorfinn, right? Haha, it is you, Thorfinn. I just knew we'd meet again. Thorkel, Captain. Wait, were you boys fighting against him? He's tough, eh? After all, Thorfinn here's the warrior who maimed me. Look at these thick fingers. Don't let his size fool you or you'll regret it. He really took off 2 of his fingers. Wait, Thorfinn. I have 2 questions. First, did you set this fire? Second, last time we fought you called yourself Son of Thors. If your father was Thors, your mother's name was Helga. Am I right? How did you know that? Ha ha! Yes, of course. I just knew you were the son of the Troll of Yom. No wonder you fight so well. The Troll of Yom? The son of Thors? Well, you don't look like him. You knew my father? Did I know him? In all the world, he was the only man who was stronger than me. A true warrior. Burning tree falling. I guess we don't have time to reminisce. You can have the prince for now, Thorfinn. We'll resume this later. We're both heading for the same place anyway. Svein's main force, right? If you lot can avoid my attacks and escape to the safety of the main force, you win. Don't disappoint me, Thorfinn, son of Thors. ASKELADD's a monster. He just wants to have fun. He's treating it like a game. This way. Hurry. Good lord. Finally out of that smoke. Aye. Where's Chief Thorkel? We gotta find him. Your Highness, Lord Ragnar. Wait, you're the enemy. You're one of Thorkel's dogs. Have at you then. Prepare to die. Aye. Arrows, Thorfinn's late. Think you might have put too much faith in his good fortune this time. Not that I mind. No skin off our back. Here come more. Hurry up with those bodies. Don't shoot. It's me. I brought the prince. Interesting. ASKELADD got on his knees instantly for the prince. Well, ASKELADD, if that is your name, your reckless scheme has scattered and decimated my men. The price for that is dear. I assume you understand this. As if you weren't getting destroyed by Thorkel already. He'll hear you. However, circumstances being what they are, I have no other choice than to entrust His Highness's care to you. Protect him and see him back to the safety of our army's main contingent. I, ASKELADD, son of Olaf, do faithfully accept this command. Accordingly, your highness, as your servant, I humbly ask you to look upon your royal visage. To look upon your royal visage. He takes off. God damn. Hey, man. Canute kind of cute. You know what I'm saying? Canute kind of cute, man. Like, bro. Canute kind of cute, bro. God damn. Canute kind of cute. Prince? Sure they don't mean princess? Man. The story is gonna pick up so lovely now. I love this entire plotline, bro. The way it's done is just so genius. We've been live for 40 minutes. I'm probably going to go to chapter 25. So we're only reading 5 chapters in this sitting. Reinforcements. Whoosh. Hey, what's good, Virgo? Yeah, this is the backup channel. It's like the second channel for like everything that isn't One Piece. Like stuff that I don't really care about. Just put it on here because the main channel, I don't want it to get too cluttered. I like have because I don't want to mess with my algorithm, right? I want to stick to like one thing with my channel and have my channel associated with One Piece. Because if I like diversify too much and branch out a lot, it's just gonna mess up the channel and it will do more of a detriment than a benefit to it. So I made this little second channel. But yeah, I don't really care about this channel. I just be messing around on it. Reading manga, just like reading whatever I'm reading, just stream it, have fun. Are they biting, old one? This is where it happens. I really like this moment. Even the fish should be preparing for the winter by now. Whether they bite or not doesn't matter. My real job is to man the ferry. Are you Danes? Your English is quite proficient, but I detect a slight accent to it. Much like the brogue of my own land. How much is the fare to cross? 2 silver pieces. I also take ale or barley if you've no silver. But I can't begin to guess how many days it will take to ferry all of you across on my little rowboat. No. The only cargo is this message. Oh, and here I thought I had a profitable new client. So, who does this go on to on the other bank? To anyone with authority at once. Told them it was a message from ASKELADD, son of Lydia. Oh, it shall be done at once. So we got, I forgot my man's name, but he's listening out. His nose is nasty. I want y'all to look at his nose. Look at homeboy's nose. That is a nose and a half, bro. God damn. Glad you're reading Vinland from the beginning. I personally like the first 50 chapters from the manga better than the anime's first season. I've heard a lot of people say that. Right now, it's like, it's neck and neck. I'm enjoying them just as much as each other. Because I think I prefer manga as a medium to anime. Overall, like in general. So, I am enjoying this quite a bit. ASKELADD. Is ASKELADD here? We must speak. Please quiet down, Ragnar. Why have we stopped marching, Bjorn? Thorkel will catch up to us. The ear's doing his work. We don't make noise while he's on duty. Ear? Would you stop that conehead from breathing, Bjorn? I can't hear. Right, you are. Hear that? Conehead? You are a conehead. Fucking hell. Ear? What tidings? I hear them loud and clear. They're closer than yesterday. Foot soldiers and horses on the march. About 500. No doubt about it. They're right on our trail. Not a day's march behind us. Are you certain, Ear? Yesterday you said they were 2 days off. Do you doubt my hearing, Bjorn? They're moving fast. Must be setting quite a pace. At this rate, Thorkel will likely catch us within a few days. Quiet. No talking. Horses. On the hill too. Scouts. Well, they found us now. Don't bother chasing them. It's a waste of men. What do you plan to do, ASKELADD? If we plan to strike, we must shore up our defenses now. No point. We can't win. I've sent for reinforcements. We'll have to stay on the run until they arrive. Huh? Reinforcements? Mouth of the east bank on the River Severn. Western England, November 1013. Reinforcements? We're smack in the middle of England. Well, that's what ASKELADD says. You ever known him to lie about something like that? You're right, he hasn't. Where's the nearest friendly outpost? Leicester, ain't it? Really? That's 2 weeks away. And Thorkell's right on our heels. You think those reinforcements will come in time? Wait, if they do show up, won't we have to split the spoils with them? Do we want that? That's what I was thinking. ASKELADD said he'd handle this with all. ASKELADD said we'd handle this all with just our 100, didn't he? I can't take all this walking. Just put me on a boat. I'm with you. If only we had a boat. We've been marching ever since London. Pretty soon I'll have forgotten how to sail. Chilling at the fire. So they're all doubting ASKELADD, understandably, because they don't know about his heritage and about his ties to Wales and how local that is and how the reinforcements are coming from Wales. Basically, yeah. No, like, me knowing that is gonna kind of ruin the moment that's coming, because the moment that's coming is like it's not a plot twist, but it's like it's like a reveal of sorts. Actually, it's a massive plot twist now that I think about it. Revealing ASKELADD being like the son of Lydia. That's actually a big plot twist. What? You need something? The men are rattled. They need an explanation. Let them be shaken. A little fear will hasten their step. What? If that's all, get some sleep yourself, Bjorn. You've been acting strange these last few days, ASKELADD. What's on your mind? Since you saw the prince's face. That was it, wasn't it? Because that's the second he grasped the opportunity to do good by his people. I've lived among wicked men for over 20 years, and I've picked up a skill along the way. I can tell what a man is. Is he great or timid? Is he clever or stupid? One glance at his face will tell me everything I need. I took a single look at Prince Canute and I knew him for what he was. This is not the face of a king. That is what I saw. Aye, he does look fairly girlish, but he's only a boy of 17. Couldn't he change as he gets older? Well, I suppose he's just a lad after all. Wait, you're not saying... Rise and shine, boys. Prepare to march, or do you want Thorkell to catch us in our sleep? It's still pitch black out. We're still marching. Everybody's tired. They're losing faith in him, understandably too. Hey, get any sleep? Nah. Hey, what? Don't talk to me. Did you hear far of thunder? Maybe there's rain. No thunder. And shut it. But if I don't talk, I'll fall right to sleep. It's bad, ASKELADD. They're coming. Yeah, I know. Don't remind me. We're almost at the meeting point. Right up there. This is an epic moment, bro. That's our backup? 2 men? They aren't some kind of mist demons, are they? It is an honor to be greeted by you personally, Legatus. It has been a long time, ASKELADD. They've got ships for them. Great chapter. Amazing chapter. Next chapter, 24. Let's go. The plot thickens. It's getting a lot more interesting. The land on the far bank. So ASKELADD, Thorkell is here. So the ships came and took them across the river. Could you tell whose ships they were, Scout? Not accurately. The fog was thick as goat's milk at the time. They weren't no Nordic ships, I reckon. No dragonets. And they were square and flat. I think there was eyes on them. Big and wide, right at the stern. They don't sound like Svein's ships. They emerged from the mist silent as mice and disappeared back into it just as quietly. It was right creepy. They always said wicked spirits dwell in the mist. Spirits, huh? Well, in any case, we've lost Thorfinn's trail now. What's the plan, boss? If we're gonna cross, we'll need to head back to Bristol for our ships. Looks like we didn't give Quarry the proper respect. I never thought they would have allied on the other banks of the Severn. Does that mean the people across the water have turned against England to side with the Danes? Like the five boroughs? Are you really that ignorant? Change sides. Across the river ain't even England in the first place. It's Wales. Wales. A mountainous land west of England. Wales is beautiful, by the way. The Rocky Mountains have few resources and arable land is scarce. Compared to England, it is a bleak and harsh land. Because of this, Wales had not been unified since the end of the Roman rule. Several centuries had passed as petty kingdoms rose, fell, united and divided. It was one of these principalities that responded to ASKELADD's request. Wales, Eastern Morgan, I don't know how to pronounce that. Eastern Morgan, November 1013 AD. Ah ha ha ha. You have my compliments, ASKELADD. I can just see Thorkel gnashing his teeth with impotent rage on the far bank. Now we can simply take the sea and circle back to Gainsborough. No, we march inland. What madness is this? There are ships right there. You're seeing this from the perspective of a mighty nation, Ragnar. These 3 warships are crucial shore defenses for a small kingdom like Morganwang. You can't simply march up and ask for ships during a time fraught with war and danger. You should be thankful that they helped us escape Thorkel at all. 2 ships then. We could fit 100 men on 2. I said no, and that means no. Now, behave or we'll leave you behind. You want us to march across Wales? That is insane. The locals despise Nords. Surely you must be aware of how long we've pillaged their coasts and villages. We cannot expose His Highness to such peril. A falcon. See how low it flies. Catch it, Ragnar. Huh? Highness? We're in the midst of a very important talk. Better than marching north through England with Thorkel on our heels. At least we have allies in this southeastern part of Wales. But if you're still worried, Thorfinn, I will assign him to guard Prince Canute. You're the one who... You don't tell me what to do. He's small of stature but skilled with the blade. And he's the same age as the prince. They'll get along well. Introduce yourself, Thorfinn. Classic Thorfinn. Canute shook. Man, the twist, the change that Canute undergoes is insane. Why are you staring holes through him? I assume you'll make this worth my while, ASKELADD. I know. You'll have your duel when we get to Gainsborough. Are you ready now, ASKELADD? Coming. Good grief. No time for this. This is Captain Gratianus of Morganwig's military. He will be guiding us on our journey. Ah, a bit sharp, but he has a fine face. Not him, Legatus. That's one of mine. Prince Canute is over here. There is no strength in his eyes. This is the boy to whom you will entrust the future of England? What? How dare you speak so insolently? There is only one reason for Wales to aid this Danish prince in his escape, to ensure the forging of a non-aggression treaty. That relies upon your word. Swear to me, Prince. Swear that once you are King of England, you will not interfere in Welsh matters. I see. Have no fear. I'll settle the matter. His Highness speaks thus. If you will provide your 3 ships, I was asking the Prince. Very well. I'll broach the matter again later. I will have documents prepared first. See to your preparations. Why, that pompous... He dares extort us for protection? Is he so presumptuous to think he can speak to us as equals? Speak as equals to the royalty? The provincial sot. ASKELADD is just standing there, arms crossed. Little does Ragnar know. God damn, I'm loving the scenery, man. Yukimura's art is fantastic, bro. The mountain hills, just the shading, the sunset. Not the sunset, but like the shadow, the lighting from the sun. Tromp, tromp, tromp. The men walking, the car, all of that. Go on, push. Come on. One more heave. March, march, and march some more. Now we're taking mountain passes? Don't whine. I'd rather have a mountain road than Thorkel's fingers round my neck. Aye, let's talk about nice things. Nice? Like what? King Svein's reward. We saved his precious son from Thorkel, didn't we? It's been a hell of a slog. I'd at least appreciate a farm or 2. Or a nice new sword. I'll take silver. A big, huge barrel filled to the brim with coins. What about a legendary steed? I've heard the royal palace is gelling his horses with manes of gold. Ooh, I like that. I've heard different rumours about the palace. That the king's got 100 beautiful slaves to keep his bedchambers warm every night. A harem to make the caliph to Caliph of Cordoba. A harem to make the Caliph of Cordoba blush. I don't know what Cordoba or where Cordoba is. Maybe he'll give me 2 or 3 of them. God damn, they're bad. Just the thought gives me chills. What else? What else? Oi, monk, you were at the place, weren't you? What kind of things does the king have there? Ah, well, nothing much of particular value, I thought. Nothing? No women? Oh, there were plenty of woman slaves. You saying you got no interest in women? I've heard about you priests. No way. Nah. Compared to what I desire, riches and women hold no worth at all. Then tell us, what is it you want? Love. What? Love? What's that? Never heard of it. Not some kind of food? I've heard of this. It's some kind of magic spell the Christians talk about. How many pounds of silver is it worth? It cannot be measured in silver. For it is love that gives silver its worth. Oh wow. God damn, that is a very good quote. Love provides the worth of everything in the world. Without love, gold, silver, horses and women, all of them are worthless. That's facts. Genuinely facts. Without love, without attraction, without desire, everything comes down to love at the end of the day. We do things we want because, it's not always love, but a lot of the time it's because we desire to do that thing. We love to do it. Consciously or subconsciously, it doesn't matter, but everything with worth in the world is provided by love. It gives them worth? That makes no sense. Silver's valuable because it's silver. Forget it. We shouldn't have asked a holy man in the first place. They only speak in riddles. He's just pretending to be deep. Wants us to think he's cleverer than us. Ignore him. You there, priest. Go on. I'd like to hear a little more. We'll soon be entering the kingdom of Brishinyog. Fear not. I've sent word ahead. They will not harry our passage. Your assistance is most appreciated. I do not do it for you. We both stand to gain. The kingdoms of Wales have long been prey to raids from England, particularly from Mercia. If you Danes can wrest control away from the English and put down Mercia, it suits our errands. I have no doubt that His Highness will accede to your request. Is that your king, ASKELADD? I thought you were a better judge of character. His bloodline is above reproach. As for the rest, well, he is young, with room to grow. The more fascinating the man, the more unpredictable his actions. Perhaps a more timid character is just what we need. Flashback to Taurus. I will not serve a Danish king. We are proud descendants of Britannia. Gratianus, do you still believe the legend? It says that King Artorius will return from Avalon in the west and restore Britannia to its glories of old. Alright, ASKELADD. You're certain? Dunno, but that's what the ear says. It's good that you have come, Danish prince. The envoy from Brishinyog. Hail and well met. Just a moment, Gratianus. How do you know this? I keep a man with a good set of ears. They're on to us. It's too late for them to do anything, however. You're totally surrounded, Danes. What is it, Thorfinn? Ooh. End of chapter 24. We're going to read chapter 25 now. Final chapter for the night. Chapter 25, Bluff. Ragnar, is that pushing around Canute? Yeah. Bam. Shut up the horse? You're kidding me. We're surrounded? Ear, you bastard. Why didn't you notice them earlier? It was an ambush, damn it. I can't hear footsteps if they ain't walking. ASKELADD. Aye, I'm fine. They only got my horse. Settle down, men. Don't fire back. Nobody's aching, bro. Settle down, men. Don't fire back. I should have known. What did I tell you? Envoy of Brishinyog. I find your greeting rather bracing. So you speak the language of Wales, barbarian. I'd heard that you Danes were subhuman beasts with no use for language. Withdraw your men, Asa. Stirring up trouble with the Danes will bring no favour to Wales. Listen to me, Gratianus. I hold great respect for you and your concern for the future of Wales, but it seems that we have differing opinions on this matter. What kind of pact do you expect to forge with this Danish prince? He is a barbarian. He will not understand our ways. What's he screeching on about? Are we going to fight or not? What's the hold up? This ain't going to be a battle. You know what they're saying, Bjorn? Not a bit. But if they wanted to kill us, they'd have hit someone with that first wave of arrows. Just a little show of military might, I expect. They put on a bluff, hoping that I'd give them an advantage in the parley. We have watched you vile Danes make war with England. Thrice in these 10 years you have signed a truce with the English, and thrice you have broken it. Our kingdom will not repeat England's mistakes. We will seize the prince and use him as our shield. Even Svein, king of the demons, does not wish to lose his heir. Forgive me, Askeladd. Not at all. This is just an act. They're testing us, trying to see if we can be intimidated. These days, even sheep must wear wolf's clothing to graze. I sympathize with them. Will you tell them of your plan? I could, but if it's a farce they want, I don't mind playing along a little. Get an entire page of just Canute, looking shook, sweating. Thorkel in the back, Ragnar to the side. Behold, men of Wales! The regal figure you see before you is the sole and rightful heir of King Svein of Denmark, the mighty Prince Canute. His Highness will speak to you now. Treat his words with the respect they deserve. Now, your Highness, I'll interpret you. Just say something fierce. Anything at all. I'll make a stew with your bones or some such. Simply express your displeasure with their lack of obedience. If you speak, their balls will shiver onto their sacks and they'll let you pass. Instantly gets flustered, overcome with, feelings of being shy and whatnot, and he grabs onto Ragnar, hugging it. Little brat. Askeladd, His Highness has been reluctant to speak in front of an audience from a very young age. Allow me to... I cannot, Lord Ragnar. He may be young, but he is a royal prince and the leader of over 100 men. Every man here is here for the prince's sake. He has a duty to perform. He is a gentle soul. He dislikes needless bloodshed. Exactly. That's why we need him to calm down these people before it turns into a pointless battle. Does he think he can take his father's mantle hiding within his shell like a clam? Be silent. What would you know of His Highness's thoughts, you rogue? But I actually forgot why Ragnar was so, defensive of Canute. I completely forgot why. Is it just because he witnessed what Canute went through as a child? The royal family is a treacherous nest of vipers. Do you have any idea how hard it was for a sickly boy to survive in their midst? Yeah, I remember the scene from the anime. God damn, this panel is beautiful. What a gorgeous panel. Look at this. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous panel. Whoops. Sitting on a chair. Shadow of a silhouette. Killing somebody. Hacking them with an axe. Blood covering the place. Great, great, great panel. The only reason he is still alive today is because he learned to stifle his breath and his thoughts to escape notice. And for his reward, he has glory seekers like yourselves coming to take advantage of him? Know your place here. However His Highness might choose to act, he is above the reproach of the likes of you. What's the matter? What has you arguing so in your tongue? What does Prince Canute say for himself? His Highness is most displeased at the moment. I shall speak in his stead. Give me a moment. Gratianus, I will tell them of the plan. If you see fit, I will join you. Wait here, boys. I'm going to go speak with their big man. Lord Ragnar, you are correct, of course. In my concern for His Highness's well-being, I overstepped my bounds. Please forgive my impropriety. The way he carries himself, everything about ASKELADD, the way he carries himself,
the way he speaks to people that he has absolutely no respect for. People he hates from the bottom of his heart. He hates these people, yet he's willing to speak to them in such a calm way, even apologize to them, stoop down to their level, and put himself even below them just in order to achieve what he's going after. It's such an interesting take of an antagonist, because the way he's trying to go for his goal is unlike any antagonist I've ever seen. He's willing to actually go to any lengths, and it's not like just go to any lengths like Griffith sacrificing the Band of the Hawk. That's different. He's willing to lessen himself, to lower himself and his standing and his own, like, I guess you could say, reputation. He became the very Viking he hates the most in order to achieve his goals. That's as simple as how to put it. When Canute asks him later in the season, why don't you try to become king? You have the royal heritage. He goes, I'm just a Viking. And he hates Vikings. That's the epitome. That's like, man, I'm gone on a bit of a tangent, so I'm going to stop. But we're going to continue reading. Ragnar raised him since he was little, so he's basically a son to him. Though seeing what he had to go through probably plays into it too. Makes sense. Canute, Thorfinn, pathetic. You're really my age? Man, Canute's progression is so beautiful. Like, it's insane the way he progresses as a character, man. So Thorfinn and Gratianus is walking off. That man, Ragnar, was it? Yes. He does not realize that every chick must one day leave the nest. He does his baby bird no favors. It seems you have many tasks ahead for the sake of this plan you follow. Fly. First, the bird must fly on his own wings. Yes, I am aware. I want to read one more. Alright, cool. We're gonna read one more. We're gonna read one more. I need to read the next chapter. The next chapter is so good. Like, if I remember the content, then the next chapter is, mwah. This panel is godly, bro. This final page. Yes, I am aware. Look at him. Let me show you guys. Hold up. Son. He is genuinely willing to go to any lengths. He literally turns. He turns Canute into such a goal. If it wasn't for ASKELADD, Canute wouldn't be the man he is in the end of the prologue. He screws him on so well. It's insane. I always forget about that. I always act like the only person who he served that mentor role towards was Thorfinn, but no, he was actually a mentor for Canute as well. If it wasn't for him and the way he spoke to Canute and the way he basically conditioned him, Canute would have never had his epiphany and, snapped. Or, like, fixed up, I guess you could say. God damn. I just poured juice all over my phone. Hold up. Fuck, I just poured juice all over the place. God damn. Alright, don't mind me. Sorry about that. It wasn't too much. I read Vinland, but what was ASKELADD's feelings towards... You ain't reread it, but what was his feelings towards Thorfinn? He could relate to Thorfinn. Thorfinn was someone just like him. Someone who had basically forfeited their life for the sake of revenge. He pursued vengeance for his entire life. His entire life, ASKELADD, he dedicated towards vengeance against the Danes, against his father, basically, for what was done to his mother. And that's basically the same thing Thorfinn did to him. So he could relate to him, and he could understand him. And I feel like the more I read, the more I'll pick up on it, because I haven't watched the anime in like 7-8 months. So, in 7 months since it finished, so yeah. But he definitely could relate to Thorfinn. ASKELADD and Thorfinn's relationship was more of like, yeah, it was one of them ones where I've been through what you went through. ASKELADD was a great character, but I hated him from when he killed Thors.
He had that Akainu Griffith feel. I hated him, and I ended up loving him. Like, I love him. It's not like Griffith. Griffith I still hate. Akainu I like. I don't really hate him. I see where he's coming from. I just think he's a bit mad. I think he's a bit sick in the head. But he's a great character. Griffith, I hate him. I also think he's... Griffith is very, very hard to talk about. But yeah, with ASKELADD, he's a fucking goat. I love him. But anyways, chapter 26, Artorius. Begone, we need no retinue. But Lord Asa, shall I repeat myself? It would be a stain upon the Britian Yogg royal family if the Danes believed I could not negotiate without an armed guard. Father, 5 times that distance and tell the others to stay away. Now we may speak at leisure. ASKELADD your name was. I sympathize with your plight, but we simply can't have this. A message out of the blue demanding passage through our borders and provisions. We cannot leap to your aid. Even the smallest of kingdoms has to save face. What can Britian Yogg expect to see in return for this timely assistance? The exchange needs to happen on equal footing. We can't have our people thinking our king is afraid of a mere 100 Danesmen. This fellow's sharper than I thought. Of course you would lose face acceding to our request without recompense. I apologize for my lack of forethought. It was I who wrote the message to you. As I stated, I did not elaborate on the terms of the deal for the purposes of discretion. I read the letter, Gratianos. What do you offer that is so sensitive? Is it possible that the contents of my offer will lead to battle, Asa? Please don't tease me like that. I'm not foolish enough to think that our humble country could anger the King of Denmark and survive. Forgive me. I was just making certain. Strange, isn't he? Who? Who'd you think? ASKELADD, of course. I had no idea he spoke the language of Wales. Huh? You've been in our band longer than anyone, and even you don't know everything about him? What I don't know outweighs what I don't know outweighs what I do know. But the only thing I'm sure of is that he's from Denmark. He's a standoffish prick. Over a decade together and he won't tell me a thing. Are you skulking, you great lout? Shut it, you wanna fight? Settle down, Bjorn. What does it matter who ASKELADD is? He's a smart leader, gets his men paid, and has the luck of the gods. I don't care what he is as long as I'll emerge from his service a richer man than I'd be on my own. This is rather difficult to accept, but too far-fetched for a lie. He's of the direct line, Lydia's son. You have my word on that. ASKELADD has the blood of the greatest of the Roman Celtic leaders running in his veins. Meaning that you are not a Dane? I am half Welsh, half Nordic. My father Olaf once raided the coast of Wales and took my mother Lydia as his concubine. She gave birth to me. But I'd always heard that the bloodline of the hero of Old Britannia had died out. You claim you truly are the descendant of the great Artorius? Artorius. Oh, this is a great page. A military leader of Britannia. The Celtic predecessor to England who lived in the 5th and 6th centuries AD. What a godly page. Artorius' design is amazing. According to Welsh historical accounts, in the year 516, the invading Saxons who later became the English were soundly crushed by Artorius' army at the Battle of Baden Hill, thus bringing peace to Britannia. He formed the basis for the legend of King Arthur, as it is known today. Do you have evidence to lead credence to your tale? I do. I met him when he was a lad of 14 on his first visit to Wales with his mother Lydia. Mother dies soon. Sick. Said once come home. I bring. He doesn't know the language properly. Man. At the age of 14, bro. She was an unlucky woman. My father kept her trapped in his bedroom for most of her life. And when she fell sick, she was sent to the stables. It is a tragic tale. I've heard it was said that she was so beautiful, many likened her to Gwenhwyvar reborn. And if you don't mind me saying, it is a shame that the last man in such a great line is soiled with the blood of a Dane. But that's just it, Asa. My mixed blood is the key. I've assimilated into Nordic society. With this latest success, I will secure even greater stasis among them.
The Lords of Wales will have a powerful agent rising through the ranks of the mighty Danish army. At this rate, I'll be a principal figure within the faction of Prince Canute, the second prince in line for the throne of Denmark. I could be a flag bearer in the cause against the reactionary elder prince when the matter of succession is raised. If we can plop that sickly prince's soft arse on the throne, I could be in a position important enough to dictate the direction of Denmark's politics. I like you. Such audacity. Few men would dare to plot such an ambitious career course. Sir Asser is laughing. He has the heart of a lion. There is one thing that concerns me though. You were born and raised among the Danes. Can you be certain that the blood of Artorius will always hold sway over your Danish half? For that I can only appeal to your trust. But apart from my own background, I despise the Danes. What a page. God damn, I need this in physicals, bro. The impact is just insane. The way it just pops out at you. You would never expect that. Like, up until this point, you would never expect that ASKELADD hates these people. I despise the Danes. Swords over here. Anyone left? No, you fool. Separate them out. The bowstring will snap if you set it among the axes. I refuse. A wise man is never parted from his weapon. Knew he'd say that. I love the internal dialogue. It's only for show. We'll pretend to be prisoners while we're crossing their land. Our weapons will be returned when we're exiled over the far border. That way the Welsh maintain their honour and we avoid a pointless fight. It's called compromise, Lord Ragnar. I simply cannot wrap my mind around the willingness of your men to relinquish their weapons at a simple order. It's always possible that they could choose to massacre us the instant we're unarmed. Impressive, isn't it? Even now my men really trust me. Your short sword's too, Thorfinn. Fuck off, Bodhi. I love him. He's so edgy and annoying though, bro. He's barely a character at this point. You know what I'm saying? Thorfinn just has a tiny bit of development. I just can't wait to see why people say he's the greatest character in animated manga. A lot of people have said that to me. A lot of people have put him up there with the likes of Guts, Gintoki, Musashi, Eren. So we'll see. There's that trust. He's different. Don't get the wrong idea, Conehead. This windbag isn't my leader. He's my enemy. Enemy? Fine, fine. You're both exempt. I'm sure they'll be magnanimous enough to overlook two men. Here we go. Resume march. Danes. Lord Asa rounded up a whole bunch of them and they're coming this way. Get the girls up to the hills. They're on the road. Savage monsters by the look of them. I heard they eat human flesh. I don't see no horns. Lord Asa's got them by the toe. See if they like a good stone. Don't you dare, fool. They're chucking rocks at him. Bloody look loose. I'd like to wring their necks. What are we, a circus? What are you looking at? I'll boil your bones. Knock it off. Save your stamina. We've a long way to march yet. I cannot grasp the man. He uses his own forces as a strategic tool, yet seems queerly concerned with the honour of the Welsh. Ragnar is quite perceptive, but he still hasn't got it fully. He doesn't fully understand it. Thorfinn and Canute side by side is insane. It's insane because I can't wait to see what Canute turns into post-prologue and what Thorfinn turns into post-prologue, because something within me tells me that Thorfinn is going to be a lot like Canute is now. Not like scared. I don't think Thorfinn's going to be scared and timid. I think he's going to be a pacifist, a lot like Thors. And I think Canute is going to be a lot like Thorfinn is now, willing to kill and do whatever is necessary for the good of his people, like he basically did at the end of Prologue. I feel like they're going to do a sharp twist and they're going to switch. And if that is the case, just look at this. It just adds so much to this if that's the case. It just makes this look so much better in retrospect. Like them side by side. This is what pissed me off about ASKELADD when he took the detour. If he should have just continued to go around. I didn't understand his logic.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I still believe Thor slightly edges out Askeladd as my favorite character. I would say it was an anomaly in the story of Vinland, especially his actions in the era of war. Askeladd, okay.
Thor was an amazing character. He definitely wasn't my favorite. I would say Askeladd and Thorkel I'd put above him, and Canute. But top 4, for sure. He's better than Thorfinn, at this point at least, a prologue. What are you looking at, princess? Got something to say? Say it. You do have a tongue, don't you? I'm not too cowardly to speak. I have to choose my words very carefully. I'm not like you. I'm a prince. I have a position. My words have a political weight behind them. Especially in a foreign land. He's talking. First I've heard his voice. Signing non-aggression treaties without father's permission. Expressing my anger. I cannot just do these things. I'm just being careful. Guess you at least know how to make excuses. Maybe you're not so dumb after all, your highness. He's blushing and like annoyed. You insolent rogue. No one has ever spoken to me that way before. Then it will build character. Take back your slander. I do not make excuses. You know nothing of the troubles of royalty. Sit down and stop whining. Well, at least his highness is speaking to someone other than me. I suppose I should be glad. Okay, the march continues. Canute is signing the non-aggression treaty. And here it comes. Alright, lovely place to end. End of chapter 26. We're going to be reading from chapter 27 onwards next week. Yeah, that is it for today. Thank you guys for pulling up. It's been a great stream. Vinland Saga Gas. I don't expect many people to watch these at all, honestly. I don't expect many of you guys to tune into this at all because it's a reread. It isn't an initial reaction, so I understand you not being that invested in watching me read something that I've already read in the past. But I'm going to do Farmland on the main channel because that's such a massive and important arc that I just feel like I should. And a lot of people should see that. So, yeah, that's going to be on the second channel. If you guys are enjoying these, let me know. Like the video, blah, 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 all of that good jazz. But on a more important note, check the link in the description if you don't know who I am. Subscribe to the main channel, and that's where I talk about One Piece. And I'll probably be doing some Vinland Saga videos in the future, but there'll be a lot, you know. There won't be like a stream or anything. I won't be doing mini streams outside of Farmland. Farmland I'm definitely doing on the main channel. But anyways, on that note, guys, peace.